Hey folks, Richard Reyes, the financial quarterback, and it's that time of year again. It's football. It's here. As you can tell, I have my financial quarterback jersey, have my football, and I'm ready to roll. And what's important about this time of the season? Well, fantasy football, of course. Right now, grown men and probably some women are gathering for that ever so important time where they pick and draft the ultimate football team for this season and compete week after week to see who hails the coveted trophy, obviously worthless trophy, of fantasy football champ for the year. Now, strangely enough, research shows that, as you probably could expect, people will spend more time planning and researching and drafting their fantasy football team than their retirement plan. Nevertheless, fantasy football does have some lessons that you can apply to retirement. First and foremost, is fantasy football, just like retirement, is not won on draft day. You may spend tons of time putting together your team only to have it fall apart when your top prospect or favorite player gets injured and is out for the season. Fantasy football, just like your retirement, is won over the course of time. Your initial plan hardly means a lot because, such as with fantasy football, in retirement, you know that life happens. The economy, your health, your family, jobs, or your desires and concerns, and the way you often respond to these issues can have an impact to your plan. So just as you need to stay up on your players and your team in fantasy football, you also need to stay up on your plan, and you need to stress test your plan from time to time to make sure that you're getting, or that your money is getting where you want to go. So secondly, both fantasy football and investing share a sad reality, and that reality is that no one, absolutely no one, can predict the future. There is no guaranteed way to consistently win your fantasy football league, as well as there is no consistent way to win or to beat markets. Therefore, you must consider playing in more than one league and use a broad, prudent approach to give yourself the greatest likelihood of coming out on top on your fantasy football league. This same approach can also be used with investment allocations and retirement accounts. Just as you wouldn't risk an entire season on acquiring one big player, you wouldn't risk your entire retirement plan on picking a single investment or a single sector. Now thirdly, we have always heard that defense wins championships. Well, it's no different when it comes to your retirement plan, where playing good defense comes in the form of managing fees and expenses, risk, and emotions, which comes as part of proper asset allocation and investment allocation, but you must also keep tabs on a well-established estate plan and having the proper types of insurance when it comes to long-term care and maybe possibly life insurance at retirement as well. There is no doubt that fantasy football is a cultural phenomenon, and if those that played fantasy football would invest half the time that they put into their fantasy football team into their retirement plans instead, I wager to say that when retirement time comes, they probably won't have to go back to the workforce or be reduced to eating ramen noodles for dinner. So enjoy your football season, and see you next time on Financial QB TV.